Panic Swamp yet, do we? I don't think so. Oh, this is a rebuild room, Dark. This is where staffers would bring characters who needed a rebuild, and this is where they rebuild them at. But I will put a note of it because I didn't have this one marked.
Did the Endless Night connect to the Great Knife peaks?
The Pine Forest Tundra is what connected to the Endless Night.
Oh, okay.
That was by far my funnest area, though. I love that. Just so much cool stuff there. You are correct, Brian. It's that's in the southernmost tip of the Dark Woods, Snare Woods, and then to the north of that's Pine Forest Tundra, and then to the east of that is the Endless Night. That's pretty funny, Dallas.
You know, part of the fun of this is forcing you to read the room descriptions, so you're going through areas that, you're not as familiar with, and you're really appreciating the some of the colorful descriptions that they use.
Indeed, yeah. There's so much history. It's practically a lot of mini novels spread out through the game.
Well, let's see, Dark. It's some kind of jungles. Let me look at this map. It very well could be this one. There was an area called Tiahua Jungle. I don't think we have that one yet. Let me check the room stock file.
A native village.
Yeah, the Tiahua Jungle looks like it's to the south of the No-Show rainforest, so I don't think that is this. I've never heard of that Yorubian jungle. Have you, Owen?
No, not really. No Show and Tiahua I can recall, but Yorubian It's a little vague. I mean, to me, it's either Cade or Good, because Good has had a lot of jungles and stuff like that. One in particular where one of the shrines would always be. Things like the Chewy Savannah and all that, those little pack of areas were in Good.
What's funny is in Jack's logs, the shrines are so easy to get to.
Yeah.
I guess they realized as more people joined and found out where they were, they had to kick it up a notch and put them in harder areas.
Well, it's interesting. Like I mean, I've only gone through a few of them, but I was reading one that had like all kinds of like dragons and stuff in the Azure Rainforest. And I remember in my time, like the Azure Rainforest was like a newbie hunting area. So I don't know if that was an event or if it was just epic mobs that were really difficult in the beginning in all the smaller areas. And another...
I'll write it down. Oh, it's okay. I'll write it down, Dart. Thank you.
I was also going to say that a name like Yarubian could have easily been changed to something later on, because we have noticed at least 2 areas have completely different names in some old logs, player logs, compared to the data dump that we're operating with right now.
Yeah, I really wish we'd have had a newer data dump, but heck, it's just, beggars can't be choosers, so thank you whoever got it to us to begin with. I know where we got it, but I don't know who got it to him.
Alright. Yeah, I'm starting to vaguely remember some of this from the evil side of Cade.
This room is scary, Dark. You're in total darkness.
You can do anything you want. Nobody's watching.
I think there's a reality show with that same concept.
There is actually, or there was. I can't remember what it's called, but there was a pretty cool game show that kind of used that concept. And one of the challenges was if you can count, whoever can count the closest to like 2, or I think it was like 2 hours, without obviously a clock or anything to help them, as you're like buried inside a coffin. And whoever got out of the coffin closest to the 2-hour mark, won the challenge or something.
That sounds kind of, I don't know, retarded.
Yeah. It's
it really just doesn't sound like a good show.
Well, it actually was. That was just one of the challenges, but it was a show where a bunch of contestants would stay in a room, their own isolated room, and a lot of it was just you being isolated in that room, but there were challenges throughout that, would cast people out of the show one by one, and there's interesting like mind games, and I'm trying to remember what it's called. It was it's like a psychological, survivor kind of game. It was kind of interesting. I take it you're on your mobile phone there, Brian?
There are mobile phones now?
Yeah, they sure are nice and fancy.
I just got one of these potatoes.
Hey!
I think you do a better Southern accent than me. That's pretty sad because I've lived here all my life. At Louisiana.
I have my roots.
Your roots.
Oh, so you could definitely log in if you wanted to, Brian. This is the Echoes client, which is available on olmoran.com. Oh, you know what?
Yeah,
Sorry, I just read a description that says, you're beginning to see more signs of the natives as you walk further along this path through this twisted jungle. I think, wasn't there an area called Twisted Jungle?
yes, there is. And I do have a Twisted Jungle, but let me see what room it is, because this could, be another block issue. Let me look.
Okay.
It very well could be, because Area 91 is Twisted Jungle, and since that one's only 95, that's pretty close. Also around there is Remorse Mountains, and then beyond that's Valley of the Giants. So it could be Twisted Jungle. I'll put that in the notes.
Okay. Making progress.